Man, the truth is, we were never really had to sit down and talk really what exactly is wealth or how do we attain wealth. And that's why I'm here. I'm coming at y'all with some videos and financial guidance, financial tips on it to break down wealth and how you can build generational wealth. And I'm giving y'all, as well as I'm giving y'all financial guidance. Man, if you're new to the channel, come on, drop a like, subscribe, join the crew. And man, without further ado, I'm gonna get to the video. As y'all can see by the title, what is wealth? That's a that's kind of a universal question you can ask. Wealth could mean totally different things. To me, it can mean totally different things to totally different people. For some people, their goal is to just spend $1 million. Some people's goal is to have $1 million. Some people's goal of wealth is to where they can help out their family or retire their family or whatever. And I'm just keep it a buck with you. For me, wealth is being able to pass down something to your kids as far as generational wealth. So if as far as having assets to pass down, I'm gonna say this like, once wealth isn't like the materialistic things as far as like cars and cribs and chains and stuff like that. That's not what wealth is. Wealth is really, to me, what you can't see. So like the stocks and stuff before you sell it, or the money in your bank account before you buy a car. That's not really what wealth is. And just to kind of piggyback off of that, it's the story where I think it was Rihanna or a famous name like Beyonce or something like that. She got rich, right? She got rich. She had a financial advisor and everything, and she ended up going broke. And what she did was she tried to sue the financial advisor, and she blamed the financial advisor. But what the financial advisor said was it really necessary to tell her that if she spent all her money, she wouldn't have any money? And to me, yeah, it's necessary to tell that, because some people don't know. As far as, if you like I said, to wealth, some people, if they spend $1 million, that means they're rich. But I say it's different. It's different goals. It's different goals for different people. Like people, it all depends on your goal. What your goal is. If your goal is to be rich, you might only want temporarily money. If your goal is to be wealthy, you will have forever lasting money so that you could pass down to your kids. I do want to say this though. It's also another story that I want to talk about as far as having wealth and being flashy with it too. Like, as far as our generation, we kind of get caught up in being flashy, and just because of like social media kind of put that on us to kind of want to show off everything and be flashy. But I would say, like I said earlier, wealth is what you have before you kind of bought that like that Rolls Royce or that Corvette. And and I would kind of say this, it's another story with the janitor. It's kind of a janitor story. So you got the rich guy and then you got the janitor. The rich guy kind of bought everything, bought all the fancy cars, the fancy house, and then the janitor stayed down, stayed humble, invested all his check, and compound interest end up adding up, and he ended up having a million dollar investments, more than $1 million investments, like $1 billion investments. And he ended up dying with that. Nobody knew that he had that much money. He was a janitor all his life. He worked, stayed down, stayed humble, and died with $1 million to where he could pass down to his kids. He could give to charity. He could do everything of that nature. On the other hand, you got the rich guy who ended up dying in debt. Took out loans and everything in the cars, and he died in debt. Didn't give nothing to his kids. And yeah, that's that story. So be like the janitor, man. That's all I gotta say. Be like the janitor and stay humble, stay down, invest, compound interest over time. So what compound interest is, over time, my investments keep adding up and adding up. And what that does is that kind of that builds onto your investments and everything that you have. So yeah, I'll just say stay down, compound interest, and diversify your portfolios. Nobody really talks about this, but kind of like keep different. Don't keep all your eggs. It's like, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. You may want to do real estate, stocks, investing in other things that you do. Make sure you diversify your portfolios, savings accounts, all that, high yield savings interest. yeah, man, we talked about that in some of the previous videos. If you want to go back and look at that, man, that's a good way to go. Yeah, man, I don't really want to hold y'all for too long, but yeah, this is just some of the stuff that we talked about being conservative. Don't be out there buying all fancy cars and stuff if you don't got it like that. Well, like my number one rule is, like, if you don't have the money to set up for cash for the whole car, don't take out a loan on the car that you don't have money for. Like, if you have a $40,000 a year salary, why are you buying a $50,000 a year car? Just make it make sense, man. And yeah, like the last thing I want to say, like I said, the truth, you got to have a budget, man. Make sure y'all having a budget, and make sure y'all are being responsible with your money. Make sure that you are actively investing. Make sure you're doing all those type of things, man, and have a plan too. If your plan is to become wealthy, I would say set a clear-cut goal as into why you want to become wealthy, and what can you do to pass down the wealth. I would say that we kind of were never taught to this, so we were never taught this in school, so I don't really want to hold y'all for too much longer. Like I said, we're gonna come at y'all with more financial tips, guidance, and investing tips like that. And man, without further ado, peace out.